Listen. Yeah. Yes, dog. Get that out of there. Listen, what is it? For some of you, it may be date night tonight. Gonna go out and have some drinks, have a good time, and do some things. Yeah, it's only appropriate I sing that song with being in Bob and Linda's establishment here at Bob's Burger, somewhere close by Wonder Wharf. Wonder Wharf is how I like to call it because I just messed up there, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going because But it's your boy Matty-Rants, and I'm here to talk about The Traitors, season 3, episode 8. I was fine with it. I'm cool with it. No shade. It was an interesting episode, but I'm kind of like, it seems like curtains are about to fall on one traitor. The way the faithfuls are playing this game is so odd to me. And then a couple of people who have never said anything got to speak, and they didn't really add that much to the equation on top of like just other stuff going on. It's interesting. I'm going to be able to wrap this up within an hour today. So if you have an hour of your time to talk about this episode, glad to have you here. And thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to get my intros out the way and get this started. But before I do that, my phone is not in my possession. Here's my watch. I was looking for this. But I was like, where is my phone? Because I need it up. There goes the alarm. That's going to help me. Hold on a second. Okay. I knew it. I was like, I just need to find the phone. I was like, where's the phone? I need the phone in case somebody drops a tip or something like happens, and I want to be able to give shout outs in reference to this. So, hi, hello, we're back. Okay. There's a cat hair on my screen. The kitty cat hair on my screen. I gotta get that off because it's bothering me. All right. The ADHD just struck. Blee. Okay. It's Matty-Rants everywhere, but a lot of the links are available in my About section with multiple choice equations. I did do a reaction to this episode on Patreon, so you can check me out on there for as low as $1 a month, but I'll do the rest of it because it is a little bit of a long list for the rest of my links. But again, if you did want to find them, they're in the About section on this channel. Now, this disclaimer is for the sensitive kids out there, even grown adults, if you will. Soft shell turtles, soft shell crabs, just soft. But it's for you because sometimes we say things and they're just not for you, but you want to take it personal. That's none of my business. But hey, if that's how you were raised, not my house. This program's for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, Tom, Sandoval's, individuals, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty-Rants and program participants are solely their personal views and don't reflect the opinions of everyone on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, and grab your libations and strap in because Matty is a talker, may be here for a while. Please don't post any spoilers in the chat. I do not want to block you from commenting on live streams, but I will. I did yesterday. I have no problem doing it today. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this program, you can consume some Activia and have yourself a good old nasty poot. If you are ever one of those folks that is trying to find specifically, what am I looking for? If you're trying to find the timestamps for this, they're normally in the comments section. We have Emrika that does that. Shout out to Emrika, one of my moderators. Whenever they do get a chance to see these videos, because they're on a completely different time zone than me, they will be posted and I will have them pinned in the comment section. So if you want to get to a specific point where you're like, I just want to talk about Sierra, okay, we'll do that for you. But be patient because it's a fun ride in my personal opinion. And shout out to the Ram Pack because I always I always enjoy doing, see how I put those together, enjoy doing these shows with you since it's not Drag Race. But as a reminder, I do cover Drag Race. And this episode today is Snatch Game. So if, again, you are on my Patreon, you can subscribe for as low as $1 and check out my reaction to the episode. I'm hoping it's going to be a good time and not a full train wreck, because we hate that for Snatch Game. But I will be also talking about the episode tomorrow in the early afternoon, I believe around 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 12 p.m. Pacific. I'm doing it 30 minutes earlier than I normally do on purpose, because there is someone's birthday party that we're supposed, well, not even a party, but we need to do something for them this weekend. So I want to make sure that I have time available, and I'm not like, talking for 3+ hours like I was in the last stream, as reasonable, since it was 36 looks that we had to cover. But other than that, hey, thanks for being here today. I know it is Valentine's Day, and it's not everybody's favorite day sometimes. For some it is great, and it's the moment to show off and rub relationships in people's faces. Ooh, this is one couple I had to mute this today, actually, because it's the way they word the post is so nasty and venomous. I'm like, golly, just be happy with yourselves. But for those of you who may be by yourselves, I'm sending you some love today, as I am celebrating alone myself, and hoping that you feel some sort of love on this day that is really meant to make money for corporations and companies, but also to share some sort of time, say, with your special loved one, or those you care about. So happy Valentine's Day to you, Rant Pack. Love you down. So let's go ahead and get into this episode of The Traitors. Oh, and if you wanted to drop a tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. For your boy hosting with the mostin'. It does go a long, long way. Whether you want to have it something towards the babies, the kids, Mama and Mina, just something for me being a fun little one. You can drop a tippy poo in my jar at paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo-Rants. Not necessary for your participation, but certainly appreciated, especially in times like these. And your boy needs to get this passport next week. I can't wait another week. I can't. I need to start doing it now before something else happens. Anyways, The Traitors. It's really funny, because as I'm watching this, I'm going, Matthew, Danielle actually could have possibly made it to the end. But with the numbers that are left, with how the equations have been calculated so far, a lot of wrong answers. However, a lot of parts of those equations that are actually correct in the way that they are done. And it's the fact that there are people who are saying exactly who the traitors are. And then all of a sudden it turns into it couldn't be them. It couldn't be them. But then it takes so many people leaving for it to all just click. Well, they did say, and that's exactly what I'm witnessing with this season. It's driving me bat crazy. For Carolyn's sake, it's perfect, because I am seeing, especially this episode, how they have not one clue. Not one clue. Yes, she's giving dizzy. Yes, she's giving what and all that kind of stuff. They don't have a clue. And for Danielle, it's more about certain friendships and conversations she's been having as far as the social game, or even knowing outside of this show, that have really been grounding her and not being moved too much. Because yes, she does come off frazzled, and yes, she does do, the jitters a little too much on purpose, and it's sort of giving her away. However, I'm realizing that they don't want to say her name, just like it's coming up with Boston Rob, but almost on an opposite polar scale. Not to be afraid of Danielle, but not wanting that to be the answer for some of them. Not all of them. The ones that don't have any relationship with Danielle, or never like talk game like Sierra, there's no connection of personal, like, you're my girl, I'm your girl. It's none of that. For her, it's like, who's this crazy lady? And, I don't want to say something else, but it is what it is. I know she's not used to seeing a lot of Danielle's. She's from Summer House. Oh, but we'll get to it. I just thought it's kind of over for her next episode. It kind of is. If she gets past next week, I will be gagged. There's no way, because Brittany and Danielle have the biggest targets on them right now, and it's because they talk to each other too much. And now that there's not that many people in the household and you're doing these small little groups, not smart. Not smart. Not smart. Not smart. You're from the same franchise. You're still here. Dolores had every housewife thrown out, gone, out the door. Everybody else is kind of on a solo mission as far as who's left and who is not a famous person and who was a boyfriend of a famous celebrity who, after hearing him this week, I realized, oh, you probably did manipulate her. The shit he was talking, I was like, I'm actually getting a really interesting vibe from you, young man with the hairband. I'm getting an interesting vibe because you did give me kind of stupid, still pseudo woodo Pokemon out, just standing there looking whatever. Today though, I said, "Oh, okay. So, that's why you sued. Okay, I see you. You were plotting. I got you, Sam. That was interesting. I said he kind of just told on himself just a tad bit for me. I'm just saying, A Sage. I'm looking at him like, y'all hearing him? Y'all hearing how he's talking? He wasn't talking like that. Oh, I'm just an observer. Interesting. I just listen, take things. Oh, okay. I bet you were letting her just do whatever she wanted to do and just building up your whole little thing. Let me be quiet. Back to this though. As people are coming into the room, they're realizing that they're doing one by one the people who were up for the open face that happened the previous night. Sam is smart in this moment by asking the question, hey, for each one that comes in, we should ask them how Alan looks. And that happened because Gabby walked in first and just, Gabby's, hey, listen, yeah, Alan was wearing this and all that kind of stuff. And then Tom is describing the shoes. It's like, well, I know it wasn't a traitor because I know those shoes. And it's like, okay. So like, let's start asking the people that come in what Alan looked like, because if you saw the traitor, you'd be gone. But if you saw Alan, you come in the room. I'm like, okay, that is brilliant. It's smart. When Carolyn comes into the room, because mind you, she was a part of that group, but of course she's doing the murder. It's like Alan. Okay, let me tell you something. How Sam was really there, but he did not geared them up for how this conversation was about to go. And I think it's Tom kind of fucked this up. This is why Tom can't be given so much credit for things. Like you give him a treat like a dog, right? When they do something really good, like sit, because you've been working on it for quite some time. But then he's still gonna piss on the rug, even though he knows we go outside. That is Tom Sandoval in this game show for me, whatever this competition is with the Traitors. That is an animal, right? That man is the personification of a dog that wants to do really good, and he'll listen to you. But if the bitch gotta pee, the rug it will be. It's not going to be taking me outside. I just forgot. Oops. Like they just told you. They just told you. And I'm looking at Gabby too. I'm interesting. I'm watching them as this is happening. And it's like, Carolyn comes in. What does, who'd you see? Describe Alan to us. She can't, but she wouldn't have known what that man looked like. She didn't see Alan that night. She saw the person that she took out. She couldn't even answer the question. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all, that was the ultimate tell. This was the ultimate tell. Like, Danielle can't save her right now because it would give it away. Like, how would you know what anything is? She wouldn't even answer the question. I thought that was crazy. And then I believe it was Tom. I know it wasn't Gab. Was it Gab? No, couldn't have been. Started helping her out. What, like a black hat? I'm like, what? Like, what are we doing? Let her answer. That she's like, yeah, I just don't know. She never even fully answered the question. And they just moved past it. I think they just didn't want to hear the computer start up again, because that's how she sounds. Just sounds like back in the days of Windows 95 and the girls had the AOL disc mama. Like it's giving that very DSL. It is what it is. We find out who was the person that was murdered. I was really hoping it was Dylan, but I kind of need Dylan to be there to be I don't want to make the wrong decision, and I'm always not voting with the group, but then I voted with the group and he annoys the fuck out of me, but it is what it is. Him in this ugly ass suit. But they got rid of Chriselle. I was kind of pleased as Punch only because she is a tad bit useless amongst her faithfuls, and she's also it's her voting style is like horrible. It's all based off of emotions, and it's really wild when it's a game like this. Like you're definitely not helping a faithful. You're not even helping them. You being eliminated might have helped the faithfuls win this high key. So like it's the way she turned around. It's the way Danielle's forehead was jutting forward in this position of like, yeah, bitch, we're murdering you. And where I see Carolyn look like, gosh, oh gosh, Mickey. Like, what the fuck is this? I gotta love them because they both have different body languages that are happening right now. Carolyn, yeah, like as if a giraffe is about to take something from the fucking highest part of a tree. And Danielle over here, like, this is my land. Like, I can't. I cannot. Like, taking it way too serious. But here's Chriselle for me. I can't. This was just so funny. My order of trainers even mattered. Can I just ask why? It wasn't because you were on to anybody, baby. I know you said that you kind of figured Danielle would be a traitor. That's all gravy, but you kind of never went that route, love. So that's kind of useless, and it really felt stupid of her to even say that for me, because I get it's like shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it's like if you felt Danielle was the traitor, why did you never act upon that yourself? You literally followed the group the entire way. This was just a fun time for you. Let's be very clear. Carolyn, it was your type. You're too good of a faithful. Very that, because you're not doing anything, to be honest with you. So again, goodbye, Chriselle. The only reason I'm mad you're gone, I'll be real with you, is that you're not going to give Tom shit anymore. And I loved every moment of it because he deserves it. But it's the fact he was so happy Chriselle was eliminated. And when I tell you at breakneck speed, this man threw her under the bus, I was like, of course he would. Of course he would. We're going to get to him later at the round table because Tom tells on himself every time. Like I said, a dog that wants to be the good dog. Please, master, love me. And then he's still gonna piss and shit in your house. And he gonna mess it up and then look at you and be like, I don't know what I did, dumbass. So like this man over here think he's Smugs McGee. You're giving me Dylan energy because you thought you did something last week with Roberta H. Excuse me, not Roberta H. That's Bob H. But Boston. Well, come on, Matt. I don't know. Boston bitch. That's what we'll do. Here we go. No, I'm just playing. Boston played a good game, but he just was too sloppy with always going after people who directly said his name. But Tom just put the pieces together because a broken clock is always right twice in the day. Either way, Tom, I just thought this was so like, give me a break. Like, no way. I was like, give me a break, dude. Like, come on now. Well, you know what Chriselle's problem was? No, your problem with Chriselle is that she reminded you of the crap that you did. And I know you want to get over it, but like, you're also kind of annoying just to be annoying. Like, I don't care that you cheated on it, or whatever her name is. That was y'all's business on a TV show. We've been past that. The problem is that you're a reality TV character. And so that is your basis as a liar, as a cheater, as somebody who doesn't take accountability. And when they do, they don't really take accountability and wants to be the fun guy, but wants to do the bullshit on the same. That's you. So like, as much as you want to be on the show and try to get your redemption arc, it's not happening, baby girl. It's not. Because this shit today, with Chriselle being gone, and now you want to talk some shit. You know what Chriselle's problem was? Shut your goofy ass up. And then when you get to the round table, they're talking about Freudian slip. Oh, no, baby. Freudian slip. Oh, yes. He was speaking from the heart right there. Women. I couldn't believe that man even said that. I was gagged. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't. And it was like, see what happens when you think you're on, like when I got this. Came right out of your mouth. I said, "Oh, bitch, that was some inner thought stuff." You was over there, thought she was on a roll, girl. Like, what the we gonna do? We are, yeah, we are cheaters. I meant traitors. That's you kind of are placing that in the same sort of category here. Like, it feels like you want to get something off your chest. Either way, Alan Cumming once again looking fabulous. Throws Chriselle's picture on the floor and gives them a little riddle about what they're going to be doing for this week's challenge. Where Danielle and honestly, Carolyn, I'm begging you, but I know it's not going to happen based off of this week. Talking about working together, and it's day by day with Danielle. And Danielle's like, we're going to get all the way there. No, I think you're going to take her there, fuck her over, and then you're going to have Brittany and you, and it's going to be like, what? And then be like, yeah, Brittany, by the way, I'm a traitor. Take all the money. Boom. Tom's talking to a statue looking for camera time because, yes, he was the only person doing solo runs, apparently. But also came into the fray with Carolyn, Dylan, and Sierra to talk about who could possibly be a traitor, which Brittany and Danielle's name comes up because, yes, they are always together, and it's odd. And then he's remembering things that were said from Carolyn earlier about at the round table where they went off at each other about, you're saying my name, I don't trust you. Which Carolyn can't just be like, no, we never had that conversation because then it's going to look really weird. Like, why would you have this explosion? So she sort of explains her side of the story, but it also does put Danielle in the position to be, looked at as a traitor. Mind you, it is building trust. At the same time, Carolyn cannot give herself away in the same moment because it almost would be like, well, why did y'all have that fight? And now you're backing her up. They could be the traitors. They, not just one of them. They could be. I get Carolyn's strategy here, but I'm like, She did mess up with the outfit question, Eric. The problem is that she got a handout. They started helping her explain what Alan looked like, and that's where they fucked up. So it's like Sam actually in this first time in 8 episodes had something important to do and say and a great idea, and they couldn't even follow through with it at the dinner table. Danielle wasn't even helping her. Now clock into that. Danielle sat there like, all right, hope you got it. Just sat there and watched it happen. She wouldn't know what Alan would look like, but like she could have easily started saying what Gabby had said. Do you hear me? So again, not to be on the bullshit. Talk about it. Carolyn, right then and there, this conversation took all of what could have been them thinking about. She took a little while to think about that answer. And the focus is now back on Danielle. It's not stupid. It's not. I'm like, okay, I get it. Because no one suspects her. So right now they're just like, well, tell us what you hear. Because they haven't been taking her seriously. Now there's nobody there, so they have to take her seriously. Oh, it's a gag. Carolyn's kind of nasty. She's eating low key. Low key, she is eating. Because I was like, oh shit, I'm starting to see this. I also saw some Survivor play from her. So I recognize the game now. But like, she did save her ass in that moment. Now, Sam is focused on Sierra because there was the coffin theory that there could be a traitor that's in the coffin to make themselves not look like they're, a traitor. Here's the thing, though, and that is a smart idea that a traitor could have done, but that's the okie doke. Make them think that that's happening and then don't do it and then blow their minds, because now we're picking up a whole theory that didn't work out with Nikki. So it's got to work with Sierra, right? Does it? Like, you just didn't get it right. You should have got her out originally, whatever. So Danielle knows, okay, they want Sierra out. We can do that. They all need her out, for the traitors. We have a plan and action. But on the other side of this, Danielle and Brittany are being thrown out there. But for Sierra, it is, I don't know why this lady Danielle is always looking crazy, always acting, doing the most. I don't believe her. And it's really sus. Like, she believes it's a Big Brother player. They are game players. They are not people like, we don't know what to do. Bitch, you do the game that you play is social game, strategizing. You also have physical competitions, memory competitions. Like, give me a break. So yeah, I'm like, let's not play like the Big Brother people do not know what they're doing in a game like this. Y'all, we are about 25 minutes into this live right now. We're talking about the Traitors season 3, episode 8. My name is Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. Appreciate you so much for being here today. If you didn't want to drop a TV poo in my jar, the super chats are available. But if you wanted to drop one in my PayPal, my Cash App, or my Venmo, it's scrolling down there with Matty-Rants for both PayPal and, of course, Cash App, and then Venmo's the Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in. Back to the show. Alan does look fabulous. I did love these outfits, and I like the fact that his outfits like evolve throughout the episode. It's kind of everything. But he tells them that they're going to be words are meshing together. He tells them that they're going to be going to the woods to a house full of dolls in order to play a game of listen to some demonic ass verbiage backwards to then translate it through a whatever the hell that shit was. Honey, I was over here like, what is going on? We got to give these people the la la la's so they can turn it and put it into this old ass machine and then spin that bitch. And that's going to give them the actual, that's what it sounds like. It's a nursery rhyme. Bam, we're supposed to get $20,000. I may have explained it in the most elementary of terms, and I'm okay with that. I am. But I'm not listening to no backwards ass stuff with some dolls in a random house out in the middle of the woods. I'm going to tell you that, bitch. Fuck that. I have seen Child's Play. I love me some Chucky. I got the picture in the back right here. But Ade, Due, Dim, Bala. This is not the power. None of that, boo. Not the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. No, thank you. Now, the idea is with the 10 people that are left is that 5 people have to stay at the house to listen to the it's your flipping come on, the Missy Elliott song. Okay. And then they got to translate what she said. Cheeseburger fries, obtuse rubber goose, chocolate snake, like that, very much. So the people that stay at the house do not have an option of getting a shield. There is one shield though, and it is at the house somewhere. They will find out through a riddle, of course, told by the ugliest of dolls. Now, once they get to the house and they're shown the phone that they have to use, they must wait by said phone at the house for them to give their little clues. This is where I was out of it. So they go through the house and shit, and the dolls are like, they're saying some random stuff. Some of them will say things that are throwing them off. A couple of them are spitting water at the people and scaring the shit out of them. One of the dolls tells them that the shield is with their friend Bear. That doll is literally on the outside of the house. And they're probably thinking everything, and that's the problem, is they're thinking, oh, all the dolls are in the house. Nothing's on the outside of the house. We're thinking inside. We're not thinking of the full picture here, because me walking up, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I see shit outside. I see shit inside. It is what it is. Now, everyone's looking for a shield. And they do this. I think this has been the problem this season for the most part with the faithfuls. They're thinking of the murders at night versus like round table fights. They're not thinking of who can we get at the round table to get out the house so that way we do not get murdered versus I don't want to get murdered in the middle of the night because I know I'm a faithful. Okay. And like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I think it's crazy that they keep doing that. It's like everyone's looking for a shield. Dumb. You have to get the traitors out at the round table. You don't get to murder them. That's their job. It's so annoying to watch them do this. So imagine everybody in there is looking for the shield specifically, not for the word. So who is left to actually do the challenge? It's Tom Sanderford. And God, this was a lot. Half the time I know he's doing this for the challenge itself, and I also know he is putting on for the camera. And it is a reality TV show, so work, but it's so obvious. It's so like he is like extra corn, extra cheese, everything about it. Like at first it was like I know Harry Potter, so I know this, that, and other. He was wrong. Now you're a musical genius and you're inclined to music. So why did you open up a motherfucking restaurant then? Or bar? Tom. What was that about? Now you got music? Girl, please. I swear these girls go to Ibiza one time, baby, and they come out like, bitch, I am the DJ. Okay, EDM girl. All right, tripping on ass. All right. All right, circuit mama. Get the fuck out of your time. Oh, you get on my nerves. But I'm Alan Cumming. When I tell you, Alan is everything. Bitch, he on the phone. Ah, wah, wah, woo, doo. It's so bad. I love how they just shift focus. Peacock, that was the best. That was the Traitors. That was the best edit. Y'all had it on Tom for a split second when he started, and you just completely shifted the focus. I had to zoom in because it's Alan being like, "Oh, he's serious." Even funnier, Tom thinks he's like, I got a way to cheat. Isn't it funny? He said women are cheaters, but he dead ass just basically tried to do it here by saying, just stay by the phone and I'm just going to tell you. And then you just tell them. Not in the rules. They said you have to pick up the phone and call them each time. Because again, let's say they're over there doing the wah, 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 or whatever. And then someone's already at this phone trying to ring them and they're not answering. It could be like, oh my God, y'all are messing up because you can't hello. So like Tom doing that, like, girl. He's like, come over here, Ivor, and just sit here. Ivor just literally picks up the phone just like this, waiting. And I love Alan. He's like, what are you doing? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Go in there and find dolls and listen to nursery rhymes. This is be your own man, Alan. He's one of the best hosts. I'm not gonna lie. Rue, I'm telling you, I get it. Yeah, you have tough competition because Alan be chewing, baby. Ooh, he's so tired of them. Like, God damn, he says they are not doing nothing together. They're not working together at all. It's always these split second victories for them. And I'm like, are you giving them extra time? What's happening? But after we listen to a whole bunch of no, 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 no. Because that's what it was. That's what we watched. We did, but like in not an entertaining way. I gotta watch that. Sierra found the shield. I was upset. Damn. I don't dislike her. I'm just not a fan. Especially after like the Rob train and then like the following episode. Oh my God, so Rob was like, no. It was very obvious from the beginning. You were just very anywho. She gets the shield. It's like, damn, no one else can get the shield right now. But it's kind of wild because again, Sierra not thinking, and just like I said, they're hyper focused on this shield to not get murdered. And they're not focused on the round table and on who is a traitor in reality. It's especially when it comes to these challenges. It is as if they all get to the breakfast table and they eat their food and they sit down. They're like, this is what we need to do. And then we get to the challenge and all of us out the door, baby. Like, whatever traitor. We are not looking for nothing suspicious. Let me find this shield first, girl. And then once that's done, they got the shield and it's like they forget what they're supposed to do. It's so annoying. Anywho, they do finish the challenge within like, I guess 5 seconds were left. So I don't know how believable you want to say that is, but we get to the house and Sierra's argument towards Brittany and Danielle is very stable. Carolyn is just listening to all of this, not giving suspect, even though one of her traitors, well, the only other traitor with her, is up possibly to be called at the table. And so is Brittany. So it's interesting, Carolyn, how you were like, Danielle's got to earn my trust. But baby, you were very much not helping her in any sort of regards going anywhere. So I guess she's got to work and you don't have to do nothing. Hey, I guess she deserves it, right? But she is also sticking way too close to Brittany, and it does look sus. However, everybody's on the Sierra let's go home train, and I gotta tell you, this is why I don't like the Faithfuls either. Every time somebody steps into the room who they have been talking about, like, it just came in, like, it's so obvious you were just talking about her. And it's Dolores for me. Do you have any ideas? Stop it. What do you think? I don't know. I cannot. Like, they're all like, let me hear what you have to say, but you're already on board with sending her home. Get out of here. It's so stupid. Oh my God. Xavier, what are the eyes? Oh, you must be doing the people at the table. Carolyn every time is always shaken by this man. Can you put someone else in that center seat, or do you all just like getting her, like shaking her, making her nervous system go to work? I told you I'd be able to finish this within an hour, and I love how this picture is not available, even though I just proof checked all of this. Sierra starts off the show with the argument like, hey, I'm a faithful, they're a faithful, this person's a faithful, it's not me, okay? And this is who I think it is. And it was like, Sierra, I kind of wish you let someone else start that up versus you starting it up, because you're not as effective as you think at beginning these arguments as you want to be. I've seen it on Summer House. I know you're not. Okay. There's a lot of swearing in there, which that's perfectly fine. I'm sitting here and no shade to Sierra, but like that confessional about her mom raising her, well, that's inspiring and deep. And I felt that personal story. It also gave me like, wow, these people are like really don't know who I am. Like my mom made, and I'm over here going, yeah, girl, you're in a goddamn competition show where everything and every action that you make is under a microscope of insecurity. And so if you move funny, they're going to think that you are a traitor and you're taking it personal. Another person playing with emotion. I hate it. And I'm like, stop playing like that in this game. Stop playing the friend card. Stop playing the you guys like you should know me by what are you talking about? You have not been there that long. Y'all they don't film that long. Like come on now. I like Danielle. I mean, excuse me. Look, I'm just bringing up people. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat at the same time. I understand Sierra, but I'm also like we're this whole montage, Sierra. Oh my God, they just don't get. I'm like, what is going? Why would they do that? I almost wish. I'm gonna be real. Let me blame that on the editing. I'm blame that on the editors. Did you need to pull that in there? Did you need to let us feel like shit for her about the people at the table for voting for her by including that? Because that didn't have to be added to the equation. It really didn't. The thing is that she called Danielle at the table and it was like perfectly fine. She didn't back up that argument though, the way that say the Brittany and Tom Sandoval moment of you guys, like, we're not gonna let this happen again. And Sierra, as much as it's like we can like Sierra, you know what I mean? Or some of us did or whatever, it's she really didn't do that. And she really wasn't, and she had the nerve to bring up Brittany as somebody who really doesn't say anything. Baby girl, the only time you've talked at this table is when they called you out the first time from that police officer trying to say that you swear too much, which they even brought up again without his blessing, meaning that he planted that nasty little seed in these people's ears about how you operate and speak. That's the Uno card. 2, you only do group votes. What are you talking about? I thought that was wild. I was like, Sierra, you really don't have an argument here. But Tom, it is always funny to see people tell the truth and their truth ridiculously. Because I don't think what you said is true, but I know that you feel what you said was not a mistake. I know you meant exactly that. And it's not even up for debate. I'm not going to sit here and argue with nobody about that. Baby, that man was talking from the heart in this moment because he actually was piggybacking for a second in this situation and could have helped when it came to the argument of it's probable that there are 2 female traitors. He literally added to it. And then it was so weird. Like this dude looked up in the sky. Let's stay focused. Please, everybody, let's stay focused. We'll get to her. I promise I'm gonna give you what you need. But like this man looked up in the sky and was looking for something to say. And that's what came out. That is the part that gags me about Tom Sandoval in this whole moment. You didn't even like take a breath to really evaluate the thought. You just let it go. And that's crazy to me. I was like, yo. And like, I can tell, like, let me explain this again. I look at Tom Sandoval as someone's animal that will tell you is trained and bring it to your house. They will let the dog sit, lay down, maybe even roll over, girl, and she gets a milky bone. Now, 5 minutes later, it's shitting on your rug, and your friend said it's potty trained, but guess what? It's not. AKA, there is an illusion of I got shit together. In reality, that motherfucker ain't nothing. And that's it. And it's the truth, Tom. You can dress up any kind of way you want to. You can slick back the hair. You can put on whatever Jesus bracelets you got, whatever kind of hashtag this, ice bucket chat, whatever that, baby. But when I tell you I have your card. That moment right there, I said, no. That was all you, boo. That was all you. I bet you blame I bet you do. I bet you still do. I bet you still think about her and you think about where your life could still be right now. I bet you do. I know you resent her. I know it's wild to think about this. I almost think that you do this for most of the majority of the. Let me be quiet. This is not about Vanderpump Rules. Let me get off the top. Like, because he did good last week. And he was helpful in the challenge this week, but man, he be telling on himself. I would never ever want him to be if he was in law school and that man told me he got his, oh hell no. Better yet, I wouldn't want to represent him in a defense case. Can you imagine him on the stand? Oh my God. Oh my God, incapable of lying. Or the lie is so bad that when you get another question out, it's like, come again. He gives me Michael Scott as a Matt. Oh my God. Michael Scott, if he took the substance. That's what she said. I've cracked the code. All right, to Danielle, dumbass. That is Michael Scott taking the substance. I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. Oh my God, I kid you not. Okay, so that's crazy that I'm like, yo, that actually is, they're kind of the same. If y'all watch The Office, you know I'm not lying. Okay, let's get to Danielle and these naughty braids. Boom, boom. I need her hair to go. Boom, boom. Back under the same. Baby, listen, I want so bad for her to get a spritz of something. I just don't know what was going on or if she did the hair a long time ago. And I shouldn't talk about, because let me tell you something. A black man talk about a black woman's hair. Fuck all that bullshit, right? But at the same time, we can see, we all have eyes here. Every week, it looks like something just happened. It looks like there was a presence or an entity that graced her body for a second, shook a couple of things up, and it's all of that. For those of you who watch Yellow Jackets, because it's back on now on Showtime, shout out to Yellow Jackets. We'll be talking about it on the Thursday Rant Report shows along with the challenge and hot topics. But if y'all know Miss Mama on the show, when she has her like sleepwalking fits and she goes into the ground, starts digging up the dirt and shit. That is what Danielle reminds me of when she ends up sitting anywhere out in the sun or possibly in our presence of place. It's like, did you just finish like basically fracking? Did you just finish fracking? What's going on here? Who were you near? Did they have 3 syllables in their name? Is it like dot dot Dara? Is that their name? Let me stop. Let me stop. No, I like Danielle a lot. I just hate the game she's playing. It's kind of good, but it's kind of bad. It's like we can see where she's going wrong, but we're not the people in the house. So we're like judging the situation, but we're also like not there. Maybe for us, if we were there, we would totally figure her out. I don't know, because it's like, what is she acting like? It is hard to take Danielle sometimes, because I do want her to do well. I like her as a person, honestly. I just don't like the way she played the game on so many occasions where it really just was like, what? And then they stopped talking about it, and then things are still happening. And now you have to think about that shit. It's like, just like with Boston Rob, it's like, oh, okay, as much as we want to like not go there, we're going to have to go there eventually, and we're going to have to call her out. And if she really can't defend herself past the point of, you guys, she's probably a traitor. And that's what this seems like, because this is not the first time you've been put at this table. And to be fair, Jeremy talked about you first. You got him out. That was an argument from Sierra. Carolyn and you got into a whole argument about, I can't trust you. Said your name, bitch. Did all of that, even though we're trying to be sister and doing all that kind of dumb shit. You may be trying to work with her now. However, there are not that many people left in the house. You are up next. You are up next, baby girl. There was 10. There is now 9. Y'all are going to either take out someone or bring someone in. They should not bring anybody in. That is the dumbest thing to do right now, to bring in another traitor, and there's 9 people, 3 out of 6. Oh, you're playing, because they're going to still get out of traitor regardless. So even if she brings in another traitor, they're going to get out of traitor the next day, because there are too many people. There's not that many people. It's up for her. It's up. The fingers are pointing at you. There are no more shields, baby. I love you, Dan, but I'm sorry. Like, I don't see how she's going to get out of next week. There's no way. There's no way. Tom's whole bit was gross. The ladies basically responded correctly, and this is how I know he was very much like, oh my God, you guys, nothing charming about this at all. Except for a dizzy bird, but y'all aren't dizzy birds, thank God. But Sam, trying to be the voice of reason, don't dig yourself a deeper hole, then pulls it back into Sierra, because Sam is so sure he's got this one down. Jesus Christ. It was like, you're kind of there, but not. You were there earlier in the day, and then you kind of fell off a little bit, if you will, because you were hyper focused on her, and you decided not to look at anything else outside of that equation, because we just have to go with the coffin theory. Even though Sierra presented an actual point in reference to Danielle about Jeremy, they were right about Boston Rob going after specific people, and that was someone that called her name. So technically, that is a very good point. She just didn't have the other points. Why, Sierra, did you not bring up Danielle giving the shield to different people at the church, and then did it twice, got up there twice, and did not save herself, and then threw Carolyn under the bus immediately afterwards? I was wondering where that point was. I'm like, how come we're not talking about them? How come we're just talking about Jeremy? Jeremy can't just be the point of view. See, you got to come in here with just your A, your B, and your C. And baby, even then, maybe some D. Because it's like, you don't know when someone's going to try you and turn it back on you. It's the fact, Durga, that should have been the day, but because of the chaos that she did by putting Carolyn's name out there, and Carolyn then coming after, like, wait, hold on, that was afterwards, excuse me. I'm trying to remember how that one went down. I think it was because of Nikki. Was it Nikki that did that one? Was that the day? I think that was Nikki's day, because it was something Nikki did in the car. And again, she was riding with Boston Rob. And then Boston Rob, again, was controlling the game at the time. So in reality, Danielle was spared because of Boston Rob, now that I'm thinking about it. Technically. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There are several moments where Boston Rob actually saved the traitors themselves, and was really just taking out the people that were coming for him directly, like his own kind of game, but still like in the same thought, like, making sure, okay, let's change the point of view real quick so that y'all are not thinking about them. And I'm going to give an even better point of view about these faithfuls and make you think that they're the traitors. So technically Danielle and Carolyn can kiss his ass for the first couple of episodes. Danielle does explain herself kind of well in this situation, and it's actually not that well. To me, it was almost the same case that Sierra said at the beginning with, that's my friend, and this is that, and I wouldn't dare go after these people. And I am a faithful, you guys. Ivor adds nothing to this equation because he's Ivor, and I figured that out. Boo, Matthew, up. But anywho, Sarah is voted almost unanimously, except for Sierra voting for Brittany, which is still wrong. And then, of course, Peace is out. It's been a fun time at the summer house. The 3 out of 4 men are having a conversation about what's basically left in the game, because there are 5 women and there are 4 men, so they're completely outnumbered. 3 women are faithfuls, 4 men are faithfuls, and 2 women are traitors. Now get into that. These numbers are wild. There is no one left. You got a bunch of idiots in sweaters. You know what I'm saying? But like, Carolyn's so fucking funny. The one she was like, "Who's got the shield?" She's so goofy. But like, it's excuse me, it's who was in this room? It was Ivor, Dylan, and Sam are having a full conversation about like who's the traitors, and they're all like, it has to be women, because like look at how things have gone down with all the men being gone, and now we're the ones being spared. A B C D E F G. They're putting together the words. But Carolyn and Danielle are outside having their own conversation, to which Dylan then comes out and hears them laughing, and it's almost, to me, Dylan, this was so strange to do, because why wouldn't you just wait at the door and just listen? Why did you come out and go, oh, hey, like you heard them. They didn't hear you. And then you come out. You could have sat at that bookcase and just listened, because as much as they were whispering, they were kind of whispering very loudly. Even with the mic, I could tell. I'm like, no, their whispering got loud, because he heard them giggle. So, oh, I know someone's there, and they don't know that we're in here. Now, I do understand that him coming out does sort of like, hey, we're not doing anything, but also that's still suspect. And it could be a case for Danielle and Carolyn to then throw it on Dylan and be like, we saw you coming out of the bookcase with Ivor and Sam. Are y'all talking about how the people that you're killing, you plotted against us? See, that's the thing that Danielle and Carolyn should be working on right now. That is exactly what they should be doing, and not the way. This is where you can shift the momentum and you can change all of this up and make Dylan the person who is a traitor, because why not? He's literally been gunning for Gabby for no fucking reason. He was so adamant about Bob and was correct, and why wouldn't he be the one to get him out? He then started working with Boston Rob because he wanted to work with a fellow traitor, because he wanted to get Bob the drag queen out. Hello, build the case, build the storyline, and then deliver it at the table. Don't put me on the show. Don't put me on this show. Do not put me on this show, because if I'm a faithful, they're getting me out early. If I'm a traitor, girls are gone. They're gone, baby. Everybody's out the door. You're going to be at a round table with me, a Libra, storyteller supreme. Oh, honey. Because don't let no one give me any sort of knowledge that, hey, someone's talking about you. Oh, they are. I would be spending the rest of the day building every scenario in my head, girl. The moment they say, I'm chewing, do you feel me? Like, there's no way. I will talk you underneath the table. You have seen me do this. It's so simple, and no one is playing this game correctly, because why? We're happy to be here, and that's what it's telling. That's literally what this is. Everybody's playing I need to be at the end game, and they're not thinking about how to get to the end. We need a shield because we don't be murdered. But what are you doing at the round table? Because you're getting chewed at the round table. You're getting chewed. You lost so many faithfuls between Bob the drag queen and Boston Rob. You lost so many. Like, whoa. It was just, everybody was going out the door. And there's not that many of you left. If you were playing the game regular, they would have had to have gotten a second traitor 2 episodes ago. If you were those girls, they would have had to get them 2 episodes ago, bitch. And there would be 2 because there were already 2 gone, not because there are 2 still remaining or whatever. Remind yourselves that Boston Rob was added in like not midway, but sort of like right after the first time. You know what I mean? So it's like he technically was still in the beginning of the game. It's just interesting to see how this go down. I do like this show a lot, but man, these people are playing scary. They're playing scary, scary, scary. And when girls are talking about eating, they're really not chewing their food. They're not even swallowing even. They're spitting it out. It's not really digesting. It's getting a little frustrating. So it is what it is. But it's the whole, that's us. And then they're just staring at the ground. What the help me help God, I hate awkward moments in television. They make me awkward because I'm like feeling all of the dread through the screen. But it's like you say that, yeah, and they're just staring at the ground, like, bitch, you both look weird. Not even just Dylan, you both look goof. Yeah, it's Carolyn for me being like, oh my God, this is so awkward. But like, yes, everything about this is very uncomfortable. They get in the turret and it's like, beach. It's like really not though. It's like, yeah, girl, we got Sierra out, but like, what are we gonna do now? Because it's getting tougher and tougher to take someone out, and it's literally about alliances. So when Alan steps into the room, wonderful, wonderful hat and coat, and tells them, like, hey, you can actually bring somebody in as a traitor, or you can just continue to murder. But if you bring someone in as a traitor, then no one is going to be eliminated. Which is like, ooh. I feel they're gonna do that just because I don't know if the show is gonna wrap soon or not. If it is, I kind of want them not to pick one. I really don't want them to pick a traitor. I really don't. But I also don't want Kate or Parvati to come in at this point in the game and end up being able to come back in like how Kate did last season. I pray to God. I love Kate, but I also was like, what the fuck? I was like, girl, is she coming in this late? Like, come on. And Kate was everything the first season, but I'm just like, oh, come on. This late in the game? No, ma'am. No, 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 no. So I'm praying that doesn't happen because I'm just gonna be like, no, this is not this isn't gonna work out. It's not gonna be. So listen, Carolyn's not an idiot. Danielle, you're a fool. Let me explain. Danielle, come on now. You're asking Carolyn to bring in Brittany. You have been seen with this entire time. Those are your girl. There's so much history. Everyone knows the history of you two. And now you're working this together. Who wouldn't think that y'all have already come to an agreement that you're going to take each other to the final and then you're going to do whatever you're going to do? Because you're playing her as a faithful and she thinks you're going to win together. It's what Brittany's in her mind, when you're actually going to just fuck her over. But you'd have to also fuck Carolyn over in the process. What are you going to do? Bring Brittany in and then eliminate her, or all three of the girls just win and you split the prize pot? Be very serious. Be very serious. Siri won because Siri won and played an excellent game. And her name was said sometimes and was able to bounce the motherfucking bullets back, bitch, and play them people all the way to the end. Even brought in someone new and still got them out. You're not doing well, sweetie. You're not. And so why not bring in a guy? I don't understand. Why not bring in a guy? This would be the perfect opportunity to do so. One. Two, you can then get rid of someone to then throw everything completely off. Three, that person literally will become the new, oh, it's them because they were talking about the girls, but that was going to throw, man, that's 2 episodes of y'all getting faithfuls out, dropping the dude, and then Danielle and Carolyn would win. It's literally that simple. And they're not clocking in. Bring a guy in. He's the new traitor, and we're going to just let them build stuff on it, and we're going to play the girls game, which I would do. No shade. If I had some titties, baby, I'm playing the girls game. We're literally going to wreck them because, like, now at the end of it, all the girls who are faithfuls that are with us think they're bitches, and we're not. Please, 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 please. Oh, it'd be nasty at the reunion, but like, come on. It's so easy. And then this is me. Even if they did bring Brittany in, she's already got heat on her. So yeah, bring Brittany in. Bring Brittany in, because then they just made her a traitor. They get her out the same fucking day. Oh my God. I knew it. And then Danielle and Carolyn can then take someone out. It's like, oh my baby, I don't understand. Danielle, wake up. I can't do it. It's Brittany or a guy, and that's the answer. If you're gonna bring someone in, and then you gotta immediately turn on that hoe, and that's that, because it's so little people that they're about to hit to the finale point. I'm trying to get like, wake up, everybody! Like, please wake up, because I'm like, yo, there's not gonna be that many at the table. Like, you gotta throw someone under the bus and bring them in, and then fuck you right over. Like, if you don't take anyone out, they're gonna go for Danielle. I'm just saying. Now, I will also pull in the possibility that Danielle's heat is so high and so turned up that even if they bring someone else in, she can still be thrown out. That's how bad it is for her right now, which is why she needs to start playing a game of extreme deflection and very much flip this fucking hourglass over and restart. And she's not doing a good job of it. She's still playing the same sort of like game of, no, it's like, no, it's not working anymore. You need to really switch gears. And you haven't done that yet. You think it's playing for folks, and it's only playing for the people who already believed in you in the beginning. The folks that didn't take you are really, they're locked in. Mind you, they can pull this against Danielle tomorrow because Sierra had her name in there, and then Sierra was taken out via the vote, and then Danielle's like, oh, I'm going with the vote, but Danielle's name was in there, and the same thing happened with Jeremy. Ooh, girl, they could play that. Well, it's not the same, but those are two people that said your name, and they're not here, so, oh, man, yeah, bye, Danny. Oh, no, yeah. Am I making a prediction? Ooh, we shall see. I don't know. If Danielle makes it through the next episode, I will be gagged. I'm not gonna lie. If she makes it through, I'm not gonna lie, I will be very impressed. Very impressed if Danielle makes it through the next episode. But I don't think she's gonna make it. We'll see. What do y'all think? Who do you want to see them recruit somebody, or do you want to see them just go ahead and try to ride it out to the end? Because you already kind of see where the wheels are turning. Would you rather it just be Carolyn by herself as a traitor, or who do you want to be pulled into that bracket of fuckery, if you will? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. The show is a lot of tension. Like I'm always like, my nerves are always really bad when I watch it, because it's just so many decisions that are made that are kind of cringe, and also people just not catching on to stuff. But I get it. That's the idea of them being like tricked and stuff. But it's fun to watch a little bit. It's almost like going into a haunted house, or not a real one, but like those haunted house rides, and just being scared a little bit, because it's like, no, this is not real, but it's like, oh, you're jumping. That's how I watch the show. Over here like, bitch, stop it. Yet talking to my TV, like, why? For those of you who watch my reactions, you know what I'm talking about, especially during a commercial break, baby. The way I'm going to have to break that down. I've stopped editing my commercial breaks. I just go on mute. I turn the TV on mute, and I'm like, all right, y'all. This lady, this dude, like, I have to go off because I'm watching the show and I just want to explode with an opinion. But yeah. That's your homework for the comment section today, if you will. Make sure you talk about the show itself. Like, give me best moves of the day. That's what we need to do while we wrap this up until this season's over with. Give me what was the best move of this week, the worst move of this week, the round table do and the round table don't, and who you want to see as either a traitor coming in, or if you want Danielle and Carolyn to try to ride this out. And also, if you want to put down who you think is going home, I would be really here to see y'all's predictions, because I think we're going to be on the same page, but we may be wrong. You never know. You never know. They almost got Roberta out that one time. And then Wes had to go. So it's possible that there may be a change, and Danielle possibly could save herself. I cannot, from the outside looking in, I don't see it. All right, y'all, is 5:04. How many people are left? Currently 9. As of right now, there is 9 people. So again, it's 2 to 7 in terms of traitors to faithful numbers as we speak. If they get rid of someone, it'll be 8 and it'll be 2 to 6. If they bring someone in, no one goes home, it'll be 3 to 6. Which can be very interesting as far as how the voting goes and the way it can really tell on somebody and how that's why I'm like, this is not the time to be playing sloppy. This ain't the time to be playing no bullshitty ass game. You are literally on the fourth quarter. And this is where everything counts because we have seen the first, the second, and third. We've literally had a halftime show. We have talked about the game. We have talked about all of the strategies that have been put in play and the way those plays didn't work that time and how that one wide receiver didn't catch the ball on a crucial third down when they needed it to get to the first down so they can get the field goal to get the extra 2. I played football. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But like, it's a sloppy game. And this season's not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, but there have been times where I'm like, yo, this is everything. It's just, oh, I wish I could be on some shit like this, boy. I would be doing, oh, they would almost want to just pick me as a traitor. But no, I would know how to play that. I would. They probably would make me a faithful just because I'm like, damn it, make me a traitor. So if they made me a faithful, I would just want to stay alive as much as possible and make it seem like I'm not doing anything so the traitors could like recruit me. And then once they recruit me, I fuck them over. Oh my God, it would be so funny. Oh my goodness. Yes. The way I would do it, the way it would be done would be so nasty. Oh my God. Because there's ways to manipulate the formula, if you will, like wherever the room is going, but you have to do so with like evidence and proof, one. But it's how you convey that message. It's how you talk to someone about an individual who you don't trust and how you get them to like trust you in that opinion. It's so wild to see them not. Boston Rob was doing very good at it. He was a master at that. You saw how he was like literally the Pied Piper for those people. Please pay attention to how he does it because he's smooth. There are times you can tell because he's a little too about it, but like if you just pat someone real quick, like a tap on the shoulder, oh honey, it actually takes them far. You take them far. You don't push them, you tap them. You don't prod. You, hey, yeah, right? Okay. The next time you see him, wouldn't it be? It would be wild. But like, think about it. Okay. Don't tell him he talks too much. Don't tell her. Those are the wild card votes. We don't need their vote. Man, I would be fucking running. Oh my God. Because then again, no one was thinking about like votes that really were just throwaway votes. No one's talking about that. That's why Boston Rob, every time something like that happened, he's like so surprised. I'm like, so you weren't thinking of throwaway votes? Man, please think of the entire game. There are going to be people who just do not know what's going on and just want to just say a name because they just don't care. You would always put those people in the section of easily wooed. But if they're not, just make sure they don't say your name. Make them trust you enough to where I can't even vote for them. Because technically, Rob had some people do that for him. And if he really played it up, girl, he could have made it through that episode too. High key. I just don't believe it's Rob. Could have been. Could have been. It happened with Wes. I'm just telling you. Anywho, all right, y'all. Before I knock down my Sailor Moon figure again. Thanks again for tuning in. I had a good time with you today talking about the Traitors. It is on Peacock. Peacock is a streaming app. Yeah, check it out. There's a lot of other movies and shows on there too, sometimes exclusives. It's a good time, but you know what I have is a link for Paramount Plus because if you wanted to watch Yellow Jackets on Showtime, I have a free week to give you. So if you click that link that I have for Paramount Plus, believe it or not, it actually allows you the option to select a free week and it can include Showtime since it's under Paramount Plus. Get you a free week. So if you want to get yourself a little bit of that Yellow Jacket interesting, crazy fucking show. It's a crazy show. Please click my link and get that free week on me. I'd appreciate it. Okay, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. My links are available in the About section of this YouTube channel, and that includes my Twitter and my Instagram, but also my Patreon, where you can catch my reactions to episodes like these, and of course, Drag Race, which I will be recording in less than 2 hours right now. And it's just for $1. So check me out on Patreon. I'm bookable on Cameo. I did fulfill a request earlier. Shout out to the brother-in-law. I hope they had a wonderful birthday. Their birthday is today for Valentine's Day. Awesome day. I have merch available at dragqueenmerch.com, bookable on Cameo. We talked about Paramount Plus, Patreon, all that good stuff. If you wanted to drop a tippy poo in my jar for your boy hosting with the most in today, giving you some of his Friday and all that woo fun. If it made you laugh today and you just want to show me a little extra love, it's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tonight if you're on my Patreon for Drag Race, but I'll see you tomorrow for the Drag Race review. Again, we're going to be doing that at 12 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern, talking about Snatch Game. So I got to get ready to record that now. I need to take a quick nap before I record that because I've been up since 6 this morning dealing with my cats going crazy, and I need to clip Mamu's nails because he got his back claw caught in one of the my little bed skirt or whatever, and I noticed that it chipped because I guess he like went nuts trying to get out of it, woke me the hell up. So I got to clip his nails down. They weren't that long, but I don't even know how it happened. But him and Mina like to use every part of the house as a I don't know if I want to say like GAC. Is that a good reference? I think so. Gladiator probably would be it. But man, they be fighting under the bed, on top of the bed, over in the bathroom, on this desk. I have found them. They be in the and it's playful. But man, Mina be putting him through. And I know Mama don't be like fight like that. He really don't. He's a lover versus like going in. But Mina be like, I'm ready to swing, bitch. She loved that. No, I haven't got my shiny mythicals yet, and I do use Pokemon Home. I do use Pokemon Home. And I wonder if I could do it from that thing I got with Pokemon White right now. I don't know. Whew, have mercy, Jesus. Okay, I'm wrapping this up, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I hope you feel loved and blessed and not stressed. Take care of yourselves because I want to see you tomorrow. Make sure you're here. We're going live for Drag Race and of course the panel on Sunday, and a good 3 days off that I'm gonna need very much because I have been this has been a crazy week, but it's not your business. Lots of stuff that has happened. Either way, love you down. I will see you for the next one. Take care. And again, the Traitors. These people are doing the worst. Okay.
Listen.